Now, as a California resident, I am on a personal mission to make sure that Gavin Newsom is never again not only appointed to office, but employed by anybody. I don't want the man working at the fry counter at a Mickey D's, okay?
Oh, Aquarius. I thought you would have learned last time I fact checked you to check your facts before posting them on the internet. But then that doesn't work well with your grift, does it? Anyway, let's get into it. Quick point of clarification. Gavin Newsom was not appointed the governor of California. That's not how that works. He was elected. So there's that. What else you got?
So, that being said, let me break this down for y'all. This man took $23 billion of taxpayer funds, and that's just not California money. That's federal, which means it's all of y'all money.
Nope. That's wrong. Or at best, disingenuous. First of all, the 23 billion was over a 5-year period, and majority of that was California taxpayer money. Let's read about it, shall we? This is the CalWorks program, just the fact sheet. The CalWorks program is what California uses in funds to combat homelessness and poverty. The second paragraph here talks about federal funding. Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, TANF, allocates federal funding through block grants, which give states latitude in spending. In 2016 to 2017, California used 65% of their funds, $2.43 billion, for CalWorks, the other $2.78 billion from state and county sources. So yeah, at best, let's say half of it was federal funding. So that point was half wrong, but you made it sound like it was entirely federal money, and that's just not how state budgets work.
He took $23 billion in order to so called fix the problem of homelessness. Well, guess what happened? The problem got worse. As a matter of fact, we have the highest levels of homelessness that we have had in state history and probably, likely, in the nation's history.
See, that's why those words probably and likely are dangerous, because it shows that you didn't actually look it up. I did. Now, just like with all things, context is very important, right? Yes, the homeless population in California is very large, but the population of California is very large. Like, I don't think people realize how many people live in California. So let's put it into context. Just in LA County alone, Los Angeles County, not the whole state, just LA County has 9.6 million people. That is a greater population than 40 other individual states. What does that mean? That means that more people reside just in Los Angeles County than do in the entire state of Oregon. There are more people just in LA County than the entire state of Oklahoma. That's how huge this state is, and in particular, LA County. But even with that many people, the rate of homelessness, meaning how many people are homeless per 10,000 people, California doesn't even rank in the top 3. Let me show you. New York and Vermont have the nation's highest homelessness rates among U.S. states. This is the homeless population per 10,000 people, right? So the likelihood of being homeless in a particular state. Here we go. Washington, D.C., New York, Vermont, Oregon, California. California is a little far down the list, yeah? There it is. And I know it says this was from 2023, but give me 1 second. Have no fear, because this was updated March 29th, 2024. So
I also want y'all to look at this. $2.6 billion was given over to none other than quote unquote migrants, aka individuals who are here illegally, to cover their health care.
Yeah, I don't know where you've been. This law was passed about a year ago. But yeah, California has allocated more funding for Medi-Cal to cover undocumented migrants. But what do you think I'm going to say here next, Aquarius? Maybe context is key. Maybe your number is wrong. Yeah, I'm going to say both of those. Your number is wrong. It is $2.6 billion, but that's not the total cost, because this isn't the first expansion to undocumented migrants. The first time it cost them $1.6 billion. So totaling $4 billion price tag. We're allocating $4 billion to Medi-Cal to make sure that the migrant workers who are picking our produce, who are building our houses and our subdivisions, are looked after medically, make sure that they're healthy, make sure that they don't wait until it's too late or it's very expensive to treat them because they don't have insurance, right? So that's going to cost the state $4 billion. What's the budget for Medi-Cal? $37 billion. $37 billion. It's costing Medi-Cal $4 billion of its $37 billion budget that's already been allocated. So yeah, I think it's a good investment. You know why? Because I would rather treat people at the onset of symptoms than when it's later in their set of symptoms and it's very expensive to do so. Do you know why I would rather do that? Because uninsured and underinsured patients don't pay the medical bills. Somebody has to, right? Well, hospitals do get help with the unpaid bills from taxpayers. You and I are already paying for uninsured and underinsured medical patients. That's how the system is set up. So I would rather have a system where people will go to the doctor to get preventative care so that they don't put an undue burden on my wallet and the medical system when they wait too long and they need invasive care or very expensive stays in hospitals for multiple days, right? Because let's look up here. While hospitals average a 7% profit margin, uncompensated care costs can be more than 5% of revenue. That's a lot of money. So I would rather nip it in the bud, if you will.
Y'all see that, right? Yeah. That's what we're dealing with. That's who these people are.
That's who we're dealing with. That's who these people are. Well, I would like to do more business with these people and make sure that these people are in charge more often because even after spending all those billions of dollars on your fellow humans, for some reason you have a problem with, to make sure that they can continue doing the jobs that benefit you directly, we have a surplus. California's going to have more money than expected. It's a modest surplus of $363 million, but the state took in $17 billion more in revenue than they had planned. So it seems to me that even after spending all this money to make sure that the residents of the state are well taken care of, we got money left over. These people must be doing something right.